Hi, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator-in-chief of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who have truly trying to get their shit together. And I'm here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne to God, it will not stop me. Angel number 24, how are you guys doing? Always make sure you check out the description box below because there are always additional information, messages, as well as information about honestlysis.com. Me and honestlysis.com. This is the last video. All right, y'all. God, what messages do you have for us to become the alchemists of our life, to help create heaven on earth, or to do magic in public? I was supposed to do two 15-minute videos. I'm not doing all this, God. Not today. Not today. I was supposed to do two 15-minute videos and end up being 30 minutes. I can't do this. It's just too much. Tell all my business. One thing I know, you think you ain't going to talk about something and God be like, oh, but you are. Oh, but you are. So, the two cards that are up is openness and understanding. I feel like God is saying in order to understand the spiritual world, how to communicate with the spiritual side, there's going to take a need for you to be open to receiving that. But the two cards that we're going to focus on right now is flexibility and education. Wow, with this message of understanding. Okay, God. See, every time I think I'm not doing something, he'd be like, but you are. Oh, but you are. Flexibility and understanding. Openness and education. I feel like what God is trying to say is that the way that you are going to, I feel like he's talking about the spiritual world. Like I just got that so strongly. And I think we have to understand, I keep saying this concept and I'm going to say it again, that true magic, there is no school of hard work. There is no X-Men. True magic is as natural as breathing. I'm going to say this again. True magic, for all you witches out there, is as natural as breathing. Yes? So when you breathe, you don't have to think about it, right? You just do it, right? And so I feel like what God is saying is that you have to be flexible, one, in your understanding on how magic works, how the spiritual world communicate with you, how you can bring manifestations to light, your concept of God in the universe. Like, if you really want to live this spiritual life, if you really want to be the alchemist of your life, and when I say the alchemist of your life, meaning to come in full alignment with your soul purpose and why you were meant to be here on this earth, if that's your mission and what you want to do, energy number 312, you have to be flexible. For one, you have to understand that you're not smarter than God. For two, you have to understand that everything is not going to happen on your time. So you may feel like, okay, I do this in a year and then I should be here in 2 years. And it takes 3 to 4 years. Like, you don't know. Like, because we have to understand, like we keep saying, you create your own reality. You create your own reality. We do. You do have the ability. I'm not going to say that's false, but we're co-creating, meaning that we're not in this bitch alone. You see that clearly. We have everybody, like we're all in this world together and we're all having desires and fulfillments and ways that we want to change the world together, right? We're all shooting it out in the universe all the time. Like all of our requests is just always going out into the universe at the same time. And so sometimes God needs to get a certain person in line in order to bring your blessing about. A very good example. Jay had to become Jay in order for Kanye to become Kanye. Kanye had to become Kanye in order for Big Sean to become Big Sean. Big Sean had to become Big Sean in order for Amber to become Amber, because it really was the truth. But when I saw that nigga Sean with Jay, I said, oh no. He will not be the only motherfucker from Detroit with Jay. Not on my watch. So you see how I'm saying? So you have to be flexible and you have to understand that this is bigger than you. Yes, you are important. Yes, you are a vital part of the puzzle. Yes, we need you to fulfill it, but it's bigger than you. Okay? So be flexible in your approach. open in education. You have to have this openness in understanding yourself and the way that you view the world. Angel number 509, because God is always talking. Like, if you're open to it, you will see that God in the universe is always talking to you. Like, they're always giving you information. And that is, we can take it back to the alchemist. I'm always going to go back to the alchemist, where he was learning the languages of the world, right? You think that book, he's in a desert and all this stuff, and, it's not set in this time, so you're not thinking about it that way. But those principles still apply. I have feathers that I have been collecting because that's showing that the spiritual world is communicating with me. Angel numbers to show, angel number 555, to show you that I don't put those up there because I think it's a cute thing to do. I put those angel numbers up there to show you that God in the universe is like, yes, we agree. Yes, this is this. Yes, and let them know this. Like, it's always communicating with us. When you watch a movie and you all of a sudden you get this certain feeling and maybe you get emotional and then you get inspired to do something. That's God communicating to you. You hear an interview from somebody and you get inspired to do something. That's God speaking to you. You hear a song and you feel an emotion. That's God. It doesn't matter. I have literally walked the streets of Detroit and looked across the street and saw 2 fucking eagles just chilling, looking at me and my dog. Just chilling. What they doing just chilling in the neighborhood in Detroit? You tell me. But the thing is, because we've been conditioned to ignore these things, we have these spiritual experiences. We have these moments that, undeniable moments when some shit happened that is God. And then we'll just discount it. Like, that was a coincidence. That was random. We just count it off instead of just being like, damn, that's God. Like, wow. Look at God. God, give us a tool to understand being more flexible, being more understanding, being more open to receiving education from you and the spiritual side of the universe. Like, I really feel like this is the message that our angels and our guides are trying to give to us. So how can we help you guys help us? Like, how can we make this process easier for you guys? What do you need for us? Like, please clarify this message. Make no room for doubt or confusion. Angel number 803. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Yo, whatever. Y'all like, this is, girl, they just cards. They just cards. Why is it 4 cards exactly? For the flexibility, God is saying, I can't tell shortages. I love this card. I can't tell stories of shortages and experience abundance. Angel number 827. God is saying, pick a side. Pick a side. Continuing to tell stories of shortages only continues to contradict your desire for abundance. And you cannot have it both ways. You cannot focus on unwanted and receive wanted. You cannot focus upon stories about money that makes you feel uncomfortable and allow into your experience what makes you feel comfortable. A different story will bring different results. My thoughts are the basis for the attraction of all the things that I consider to be good, which includes enough money and wealth for my comfort and joy. You see this angel? This angel is literally bending over. What is this message is saying to us? It's saying, like, when you get emotional, when these feelings start coming up, when you start feeling doubts, instead of just being like, oh, I'm never going to make this happen, like focusing on unwanted, be flexible and be like, oh, okay, like, this is telling me that this is what I desire. Like, me watching Pose, every time I watch Pose, I'm just like, I just want to find my friend group. Number 937. Like, I just want to find the people that are for me. And I feel like God is saying, if you were to do that every single time an unwanted thought comes up, and you would just quickly be like, okay, so what do I want? I feel like God is saying that is how you will get closer to your desires, and that's how you can start pivoting and accelerating out of the current level that you're in. For understanding, God is saying, oh, this is all about your feelings. For understanding is saying, I can pivot from feeling bad to feeling good. As you look for a better feeling way to approach whatever you are giving your attention to, which is what I was just saying, as you continue to ask yourself from your ever-changing vantage point, what is it that I do want? Eventually you will be standing in a very pleasing place. You cannot continually ask yourself what it is that you do want without your point of attraction changes. The process will be gradual, angel number 1030, but your continual application will yield wonderful results in only a mere day. So God is saying, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is not something, and that's why I really want us to stop. If you on this channel, I'm trying myself, like, to just get out of like trying to get to these destinations and just really like finding ways to be content and feeling empowered in the now. And like whenever I do feel doubt or whenever I do have these moments that I'm not feeling, you know, my highest self, asking myself, well, why is that happening? What do I want? Like, where am I trying to get? And I have been feeling like it's been helping me. It's been changing. And I've been getting in a, I don't know. I feel better. I feel differently. I feel like I walk differently. I talk differently. Like, so it works. Openness, God is saying, I can allow my trail of good feeling thoughts to flow. Most people have put anything that earns money in the category that earns money. If I'm just going to read this. If you are wise enough to follow the trail of good feeling thoughts. So again, this is all about being flexible with your emotions, listening to your emotions, telling yourself a better story. Low key, it's kind of feel like we're going into the steps. So he's saying, be flexible in approaching your emotions and how you are trying to get your goals. Understand that you can always tell yourself a better story. Understand that you can always pivot from feeling bad to feeling good, and then have an openness to yourself about how you're going to move throughout your life. If you are wise enough to follow the trail of good feeling thoughts by deliberately looking for positive aspects along your way, you will come into a vibrational alignment with who you really are and with the things you really want. Once you do that, the universe must deliver you a viable means to achieve your desires. So with this flexibility and understanding, what God is trying to get you to understand is that you need to be in alignment in order to really truly bring the manifestations about. And so God is saying you're going to have an openness in the way that you approach things, in the way that you move throughout your life. Last thing, God is saying education. In my appreciation, I allow myself to receive wonderful things. The best way to accomplish an improved environment is to focus upon the best things about where you currently are. All of these has talked about that. Literally every card has talked about you're in a fucked up situation. Don't focus on it. You feel bad. Try to feel better. And it's not on some deny what I'm feeling. No, it's like, okay, it's like, okay, why am I feeling this way? What do I want? What is my emotions trying to tell me? When you do that and you understand that your emotions are literally just giving you information, then you can just follow your emotions and follow the trail of good feeling thoughts to the blessing. Okay, God's trying to give it to us. The best way to accomplish an improved environment is to focus upon the best things about where you currently are until you flood your own vibrational pattern of thought with appreciation. In that change vibration, you are then allowed the new and improved conditions and circumstances that come into your experience. Look for the good things about where you are, and in your state of appreciation, you lift your self-imposed limitations, and limitations are self-imposed, and you free yourself for wonderful things. How can I practically apply this to you guys? I am still in a corporate job. Agent number 1411. I still have to be on my computer a certain amount of times. I'm not in the life that I want to live, right? Period. But I'm on my way. And instead of focusing on the fact that this place is chaotic, this place is hectic, I every single day wake up and do one thing to put myself closer to my goal. And that's why I'm telling you, you don't need to do anything big out the, big jump out the window things. You don't have to take a big leap of faith. You can just take baby steps to your manifestations. And so every day I try to do something, whether that's record a video, edit a video, write a letter for Honestly Sis, write something for my book. Like, as long as I'm doing something to push myself one step closer, then I can appreciate where I am. I can appreciate this process. I literally was just like thinking the other day, like my car is in the shop, but I'm like, damn, I'm so grateful that I live where I live. Angel number 1515, because I'm able to easily just walk to a grocery store. I'm able to, I walk in this community where, you know, I live in this building that doesn't feel like I'm just living in an apartment building, but I'm really living with community and people who really love my dog and value me. So it's like, yeah, you don't have to have everything perfect for you to appreciate life, but you can be like, okay, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm appreciative of where I'm at. You know, like you really have to learn to just, it sounds corny, but respect the process and just understand that it's going to take time. You're not in this bitch alone. You know, we're co-creating. So if whatever you're looking for, if it's not here yet, know that it's on the way. And know, like, you constantly being mad or you constantly looking for the blessing could be the reason why it's delaying it. So just find ways to shift your energy. Find ways to make you feel like you're in that state of mind now. For me, it's doing these videos. For me, it's, you know, editing letters for Honestly Sis. Sometimes it's even me listening to interviews. Whatever it takes, be willing to do it. All right, God, clarify this message of flexibility, understanding, openness, and education. What are you trying to get us to understand about being flexible and understanding our emotions, with having an openness, with working with the spiritual side, with learning ourselves and learning our emotions, like learning how to work with the spiritual side? Please, God, give us just one message to wrap this all up. Allow no room for doubt and confusion to enter our mind. One message, please. Thank you. Union of love. Embrace the beloved within your heart. So let's read this. Embrace the beloved within your heart. I am in love with no other than myself. And my very separation is my union. I am my beloved and my lover. I am my knight and my maiden. Sufis are lovers of God. It is the longing for the beloved that draws them into the connection with their hearts. When the lover becomes fully aware of the true self, he loses all worldly sense. He loses sense of the self in love. Let me read that again. Sufis are lovers of God. It is in the longing for the beloved that draws them into connection with their heart. When the lover becomes fully aware of the true self, he loses all worldly sense of the self in love. He opens his heart to receive love, and when love enters, he becomes powerful and does impossible things. This union of love means feeling the constant presence of the beloved. When the individual soul dissolves in the soul, whatever happens to the beloved also happens to the lover. It doesn't matter if the experience is one of joy or one of sadness. In the state of oneness, even pain can be transformed into pleasure. Dear one, you cannot go after love. You could spend a lifetime in search of it outside of yourself and never get to it until you realize it is inside your own heart. Instead of trying to find those who love you, develop the attraction that could charm lovers. This way, life is exciting in every moment because you are always finding new ways of making yourself more attractive. When love becomes your power, you will begin to make changes in your life that enlarge your view to always include the one you love in the way you see things. You will soon be a witness to the most amazing and wonderful transformation in your life. Angel number 1907. I'm going to read that one more time because it got a little chopped up. When love becomes your power, you will begin to make changes in your life that enlarge your view to always include the one you love in the way you see things. You will soon be a witness to the most amazing and wonderful transformation in your life. Your mantra for this week is, I am allowing the power of love to build in my heart, to draw and attract others to me. I am creating ways to express the wonder of being, of love and joy. Ashe. And the last card that came out is take time, time to play, make time to dance, and make time to dance and play. So I feel like this message is coming out because I feel like God is saying, like, there's just a need for you to just start to move in the energy of love. I feel like what God is trying to get you to understand is that it was just like what it was saying. Like, when something happens to you, it also happens to God. So when you feel like you are betrayed from another, God is also feeling that betrayal as well. And so that's why you don't have to worry about trying to get vengeance on another person or even trying to defend your heart. God and your ancestors, they have your best interest at heart. The universe sees it all. So you don't have to walk around trying to protect yourself. You can be open. You can understand your emotions. You can, realize that you can desire the things that you want. And God will make sure that he get it to you. But the only way that you're going to get there is if you be flexible and understanding in your approach with communicating with God and the universe. And I feel like I may have lost it a little bit. But I feel like I want to wrap this up. I feel like this message is so important because God wants you to understand all of these messages. Underlying all of this was about feeling good and about feeling love. In so much of this world, it tells us that we have to earn our keep and that we have to be righter and we have to, suffer and grit our teeth. And God is saying that is not, I don't believe in that. And so I feel like what God is saying is that when you do have those moments of when you're feeling bad or when you're suffering or anything like that, take that as a hint that maybe this is time for me to maybe it's time for me to move in a different direction. Maybe it's time for me to learn something new about myself. Maybe I need to be open and really make sure that you are on this path of making yourself feel good. It's not saying that you're going to always feel like roses and daisies, but God is saying, trust that he will take care of you and get you where you need to go. All right, y'all, that is all the messages I have for you. If this message was beneficial for you, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. If not, please make sure you subscribe so you never miss out. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Angel number 2202. My apologies. See you soon. Bye.